My favorite thing about the Mega Man Zero series is the ending, so I thought I'd talk about it. Obviously, there will be major spoilers beyond this point, so only continue watching if you're okay with that. Firstly, let's quickly go over some background information for those who have no idea what the Mega Man Zero series is. Mega Man Zero is a series of side-scrolling action games starring a robot named Zero, who fights to defend Reploids from being destroyed by humans. Reploids are robots that are very similar to humans, capable of free will and all that. By the end of the series, humans and Reploids unite forces to take down Dr. Vile, a cyborg mad scientist. Yes, it's pronounced Vile and not Weil. That's what my research says, anyway. Vile intends to kill the last remnants of mankind by crashing an orbital satellite called Ragnarok into Earth. Assisted by Dr. Seal, Zero goes to Ragnarok to stop Vile, and that sets the stage for the final battle. Despite his efforts, Zero is unable to stop Ragnarok's descent. However, he figures that if he destroys Vile's core, the resulting explosion will break Ragnarok into smaller pieces, causing it to burn up upon re-entry. Of course, even if he succeeds, there's no way he'll survive. At this point, Vile asks Zero if he's capable of killing a human. After all, Zero is a legendary Reploid hero who swore to protect justice and humanity, and Vile is still technically human. Zero sees through Vile's silly philosophical quandary and cuts through the nonsense with some of the best lines in the series. For the most part, the Mega Man Zero series suffers from poor dialogue, but these next few lines are excellent. I quote them all the time. In fact, I'll do it right now. I never cared about justice, and I don't recall ever calling myself a hero. I have always only fought for the people I believe in. I won't hesitate. If an enemy appears in front of me, I will destroy it. The reason I love these lines is because they convey so much information about Zero's character, all the while sounding badass. Firstly, this displays his humility, which was a defining characteristic of his throughout this series. Even though he's sacrificing himself to save mankind, he still refuses to bear the mantle of hero. He sees himself as nothing more than a killing machine. In his mind, the true hero is Seal, and he's simply supporting her cause. In other words, Zero is no virtue signaler. The last bit shows that he's been a no-nonsense, goal-oriented guy from the beginning. He's a battle-hardened warrior, a soldier, a veteran of war. Nothing will stop him from completing his objective. Lastly, these lines show that Zero has finally figured out what he's fighting for, a question he's been grappling with throughout much of the series.
What am I fighting for?
He's fighting to make Seal's dream a reality. The dream of a world where humans and Reploids can live together peacefully. After these sick lines, Seal calls out his name over the radio a few times, and Zero says his final words. Seal, believe in me. Seal shouts Zero's name one last time before he cuts the communicator and begins the final battle. Just as he utters his last lines, the music kicks into high gear, really selling the moment. From this point onwards, his fate is sealed. As you might have noticed, this fight is timed. Not many final boss fights have a timer, but this one does for obvious reasons. While annoying, the timer is a nice touch because it lets you experience firsthand the sense of urgency conveyed in a narrative. I also like how you can see the Ragnarok's descent in the background, with pieces of it breaking off as it falls. The faint red glow signifies that Ragnarok is already burning up from entering the Earth's atmosphere. This imagery only further sells the urgency of the battle. Zero has to defeat Vile before he burns to a crisp. There is not much else to say about this fight, so I won't. Once Zero defeats Vile and blows up Ragnarok, Seal tries to contact him back at the base, but there's no response. Too distraught to say anything, Ciel dashes off. As the dialogue points out, these shooting stars are just pieces of Ragnarok being burned up by Earth's atmosphere. They still provide nice imagery for Zero's bittersweet victory, though. These next few scenes are like those awkward moments shortly after you find out about someone's death. Lots of dead silence as everyone comes to grip with the fact that Zero is dead. I love the way they handle the credits here. It's literally just Ciel crying in a field as the credits roll. Simple, yet highly effective. In the Japanese version of the credits, you can briefly hear Ciel's voice actress Rie Tanaka singing the game's theme song. Sadly, her voice was removed in the US release. I'll let you have a listen.
今はそばにいてほしいの
Sucks that they removed the song, but the credits are still pretty good without it. It seems like Ciel was about to say I love you here, but she doesn't. Despite what Ciel says here, Zero ain't never coming back. He's gone for good. Capcom could have taken the coward's way out here and had Zero make a miraculous comeback, but they didn't. They actually had the guts to keep Zero's death in and even end the series here. Considering Capcom milks nearly all of their franchises with endless sequels, it's shocking they ended the Mega Man Zero series at the 4th installment. The narrative greatly benefits from this, though. Mega Man Zero is a story of Zero's life, so it's only fitting that it ends when Zero's life does. On that note, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.